Hi students, welcome to Sankalp Study Success. Today I am going to explain about coordination compounds. Right. So here some compounds are added. So this is the water is also present, right? So this is the saturated solutions of some neutral compounds. Some saturated solutions of neutral compounds. These are the neutral compounds. It does not carry any charge, right? So these are the saturated solutions of what is saturated? Okay, right. Okay, that salt is dissolved in enough water to form a saturated solution. So the saturated solutions of neutral compounds gives you some solids, crystalline solids, right? All these three compounds, right? When two or more, these are two. Okay, when two or more saturated solutions of neutral compounds are mixed in stoichiometric proportion. Stoichiometric proportion means it's number of moles in some ratio, right? In stoichiometric proportion followed by standing gives a solid and or crystalline solids are adduct. So what is that? So these are the saturated solutions of neutral compounds. How many? These are two or more. These are two more. So and these are mixing and followed by standing. So sometimes this is a standing. Okay, that solutions forms a crystalline solids are adduct. So what is that? When two or more saturated solutions of neutral compounds are mixed in stoichiometric proportion or stoichiometric ratio or stoichiometric proportion followed by standing gives a crystalline solids are adduct, right? So suppose here what is the K2SO4 and Al2SO4 thrice plus 24H2O gives rise to K2SO4, Al2SO4 thrice 24H2O. This is the crystalline solid. This is the potash alum. Its name is potash alum. So it is containing, it is present in solid state. It is containing how many water molecules? 24H2O water molecule. That is the hydrated salt. And it is also ammonium sulfate, ferrous sulfate, and water. So gives us a more salt, FeSO4, NH4 twice, SO4, 6H2O. So it is also a crystalline solid. So it is containing water molecule. That is also a hydrated salt. What is its name? More salt. So here, right, peric cyanide on adding potassium cyanide, okay, in stoichiometric ratios, 4 moles of KCN gives rise to K4FeCN6. What its name? Potassium ferrocyanide. So if you observe these three compounds, so these are the crystalline solids. All these three are crystalline solids, are adducts. So the crystalline solids are adducts. Classified into two ways. Right, these crystalline solids classified into two ways. Okay, what is that? When two or more saturated neutral solutions are mixed in stoichiometric ratio followed by standing solid crystalline solids are adduct is formed. That crystalline solid or adduct are, so the crystalline solid or adduct can be classified into two ways. One is double salt. So another one is double salt. Another one is complex compound or coordination compound. It is also said to be coordination compound. coordination compound. Okay, both are same, right? According to that, crystalline solids or adults classified into two ways. One is double salt, another one is complex salt. So double salt can form a combination of two salts. Double salt is a combination of two salts. So here K2SO4, Al2SO4, that two are two salts. It is the combination of two salts, and so when it is the okay, if it is present in solid state, its identity cannot lose. When it is dissolved in water, its identity can be loosed. Its identity can be loosed. So how? Listen to me. Okay, it retains identity. It retains identity in solid state. Okay, it retains identity in solid state, but loses its identity. In solution state. Like liquid state. So it retains identity in solution state, but it loses its identity in solution state. Okay, how? When it is okay, in solid state, it is having this formula. It is the crystalline solid. Okay, it is the crystalline solid. What its name? Potassium. Similarly, more salt. When it is dissolved in water, like K2SO4, Al2SO4 thrice, dissolved in water, all the ions, okay, all it is dissociated to, all this is dissociated into ions like 2K plus and 2Al3 plus and 4SO4 2 minus, 4SO4 2 minus and 24H2O. Here, so it is present in solution. In solution state, all this is it is loses its identity. All are converted to ionization can takes place. That solid can ionization takes place. In solution state, all are ionized. Okay, K plus Al3 plus SO4 2 minus and 24H2O. So that means in solution state, this formula cannot exist. That means its formula can lose. That means its identity loses in a solution state. So it retains identity in solid state only, but it loses its identity in a solution state like this. It retains identity in solid state as well as in solution state. Right, it cannot loses its identity in solid state as well as in solution state, or it retains identity in solid state as well as in solution state. So what are the examples of double salt? Potassium and more salt. This is the potassium and more salt, that is also double salt, more salt. So what is the example? Third one, like potassium ferrocyanate, K4 FeCN6, right? K4 FeCN6. So when it is dissolved in water, it dissociates into complex ion and counter ion, 4K plus and FeCN6 4 minus. So it is not completely ionized. It cannot ionize to Fe2 plus 6Cn minus. So it is a counter ion. So the outside of the square bracket ion is said to be counter ion. So this is the complex ion. Okay, the square bracket ion is said to be complex ion. So this is the complex ion. So this is the counter ion. So that means it cannot loses their identity in liquid state also, in solution state also, right? So the okay, what is the difference between these two? It retains identity in solution state. It retains identity in solid state, but loses its identity in solution state. But it retains identity in solution state as well as in solution state. That means it cannot loses its identity in solid state as well as solution state. It cannot ionize it into simple ions, like it cannot ionize it into simple ions like K plus, Fe2 plus, 6Cn minus, in this way. Okay, this compound, okay, like complex compound cannot ionize it into simple ions, but double salt can be ionized into simple ions, all K plus, Al3 plus 4, SO4 2 minus 24H2. Here all the ions are completely ionized. So this double salt is ionized into simple ions, but the complex compounds cannot ionize it into simple ions. It can ionize it into counter ions and complex ion. That complex ion is taken as complex compound. Okay, right? And it gives a test for K plus, Al3 plus, SO4 2 minus. It gives a test for potassium ion and Al3 plus and sulfate. Okay, it gives a test for K plus, Al3 plus, SO4 2 minus. It gives a test for K plus but not Fe2 plus and Cn minus. Listen to me, note this point. It gives a test for K plus, Al3 plus and sulfate. So ఇది K plus, Al3 plus sulfate and ఏ టెస్ట్లోనే ఇస్తుంది మనం ఈ సొల్యూషన్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు. But this cannot gives a test for Fe2 plus and Cn minus. It gives a test for K plus. Okay, this is very important. It gives a test for K plus all ions in the solution, K plus, Al3 plus, sulfate, but it cannot give a test for all ions like Fe2 plus and Cn minus. Okay, these are the difference between the double salt and complex compound. So what are the double salts? Potassium, more salt. Potassium, more salt. What is the example of complex compound? Right, potassium ferrocyanide. What its name? Potassium ferrocyanide. Okay, next goes to discuss about complex compounds. So right, father of coordination chemistry. Okay, coordination chemistry is a branch of inorganic chemistry. Coordination chemistry is a branch of inorganic chemistry which studies the coordination compounds, right? Okay, what is the coordination compounds? Coordination chemistry. What is coordination chemistry? Coordination chemistry is a branch of inorganic chemistry which studies the coordination compounds, right? So father of coordination compounds, Alfred Werner. Father of coordination compounds. Father of coordination compounds is Alfred Werner. Right. So father of coordination compounds is Alfred Werner. And next, so complex compounds. First of all, we know that what is transition elements. So D black elements are said to be transition elements. So the incompletely filled D black elements are said to be transition elements. What is incomplete? The incompletely filled d orbitals in ground state or common oxidation state, that elements are said to be transition elements. So suppose we can take in 3D series. What are that? Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, ferrum, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. So what its atomic numbers? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 29, 30. So similarly 4D series, yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, right? So what its atomic numbers? So this is 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 6, 7, 8. These are the atomic numbers. So all these elements, D black elements, all these elements are D black elements. So this is D black elements are certificate transition elements. Why these are certificate transition elements? So these are incompletely d orbitals, incompletely filled d orbitals in their common oxidation state or ground state are said to be transition elements. So this is 3D series, this is 4D series, okay, and 5D series also. All these right, these are having d black elements, d orbital having 5 suborbitals, right, d orbital. So we know that inert gas elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So what its atomic number? 2, 10, 2, okay, 18, 36, 54, 86. These are the atomic numbers. So here all these transition elements are needed to 36 for 3D series, and all these are needed for 4D series, which is needed, xenon is needed, right, 54, right. All these elements try to get unit gas electronic configuration like 36 atomic number, like 36 atomic number. So all these are, for example, 28. So this is the nickel 28. It accepting 8 electrons to got 36. So similarly iron, it gains 10 electrons, got 36. So we know that EAN, effective atomic number, if the effective atomic number is equal to inert gas atomic number, that is more stable, right. All these transition elements are try to get stability for EAN number, effective atomic number. If the effective atomic number is inert gas atomic number like 36 or 54, that is stable. So every transition elements try to get stability by reaching the inert gas electronic configuration or inert gas atomic number, right. So that means all these d black elements, gains electron, to got krypton 36 for 3D series. Similarly for 4D series, xenon like 54, all these 4D series elements accepting the electron pairs to got 54 atomic number like xenon electronic configuration, right. So that are more stable, right. So all these d black elements having empty d orbitals, like in this ground state or ionic state, if the d orbitals having empty d orbitals, and also these are having high nucleus charge, suppose Mn plus 6, this is having high nucleus charge, Mn plus 6. So similarly Fe3 plus, so like chromium plus 6, similarly all these are having high nuclear charge, and these are small size compared to S black elements. So all these are small size. So due to small size, high nuclear charge, due to small size, high nuclear charge, due to small size, high nuclear charge, and due to small size and high nuclear charge, available empty d orbitals, due to small size, high nuclear charge, available empty d orbitals, all these d black elements accepting the electron pairs, So these are act as a electron pair acceptors. All these are act as a electron pair acceptors. We can, all these are metals, all the d black elements are metals. So these are accepting the electron pairs. Why? So all these elements having available empty d orbitals. So these are accepting these are gaining the electron pairs. These are gaining the electron pairs to reach inert gas electronic configuration like krypton, xenon. So these are act as a electron pair acceptors. Electron pair acceptors. So electron pair acceptors, right? Here metal is a electron pair acceptor. Electron pair acceptor. According to Lewis concept, electron pair acceptor is a Lewis acid. Electron pair acceptor is a Lewis acid. Here metal is a electron pair acceptor due to available empty d orbitals and high nuclear charge and small size. So these electron pairs are accepting from ligands. So ligands. So these ligands containing lone pairs. These ligands containing lone pairs. So what is ligand? That we'll discuss later. Right. So this ligand act as a electron pair donor. This ligand act as a electron pair donor. This metal act as a electron pair acceptor. So this is a electron pair acceptors. Acceptors. So transition elements act as a electron pair acceptors. That means Lewis acid. According to Lewis concept, electron pair acceptor is a Lewis acid. So here the ligand electron pair donor. Electron pair donor. Electron pair donor. So this is a Lewis base. Electron pair donor is a Lewis base. Electron pair donor is a Lewis base. So here, okay, how many electrons are required for bond formation? 2 electrons. 2 electrons. That are 2 electrons. So it is having empty orbital. It is having empty orbital. It is having empty orbital, and this can donate to 2 electrons. This is this orbital containing 2 electrons. So this is donate to this, and these 2 electrons are shared between them, between M and L. So which bond is formed? So this is like a covalent bond, sharing of electron pair, but it is not a covalent bond. It is a coordinate covalent bond. Why? A coordinate covalent bond is a covalent bond in which one of the atom contributes both of the electrons in shared electron pair. Okay, here the 2 electron gives only one atom, and the 2 electrons are sharing between these 2 atoms. So that is a coordinate covalent bond. So coordinate covalent bond is a one type of covalent bond. Why? That is the sharing of electron pair. But in the covalent bond, that sharing of electron pair is given from each atom. So each gives one electron, form a shared electron pair. That shared electron pair, that electron pair shared between the atoms. But in the coordinate covalent bond, that electron pair is gives from only one atom, remaining atom is empty. That electron pair is shared between the atoms. So what is this? Is the coordinate covalent bond. Here metal and ligand. Here the transition metals and ligand. Which bond is formed? Coordinate covalent bond. What is coordinate covalent bond? Coordinate covalent bond is a covalent bond in which okay, coordinate covalent bond is a covalent bond in which one of the atom contributes both the electron pair, both of the electrons in shared electron pair. Okay, coordinate covalent bond is a covalent bond in which one of the atom contributes both the electrons in a shared electron pair. So that means here metal and ligand, which bond is formed? Coordinate covalent bond is formed. Coordinate covalent bond is formed. So coordinate covalent bond is represented by arrow. So that arrow is always from donor to acceptor. Here what is the donor? Ligand is the donor. Here what is the acceptor? Metal is the acceptor, right? So here metals act as a electron pair acceptors. So the d black elements are Lewis acids. These are electron pair acceptors. So this type of, okay, here the coordinate covalent bond is formed between metal and ligand. Why transition metals accepting the electrons? Due to small size and high nuclear charge and available empty orbital, all these transition metals accepting the electron pairs to reach inert gas electronic configuration like krypton 36 for 3D series, for 4D series xenon 54. Suppose, right, FeCN6 4 minus, FeCN6 4 minus, right. So in the oxidation state, so Fe plus 6 into Cn minus is equal to minus 4. Fe plus 6 into, what is the oxidation state of Cn minus? Minus 1 is equal to minus 4. Fe is equal to minus 6 goes to right side, minus 4 plus 6 is equal to plus 2. Here the oxidation state, what is the atomic number of iron? 26. What is the oxidation state of plus 2? How many electrons are present in? Okay, its atomic number is 26. It is having 26 electrons. In plus 2, it can lose 2 electrons. 26 minus 2, 24. 24, right? So here how many ligands are there? Here Cn is said to be ligand. Okay, ligand gives how many electrons? 2 electrons. Ligand gives how many electrons? 2 electrons. So 6 into 6 2 ja 12. Here 6 Cn. Each Cn gives 2 electrons. 6 2 ja 12 electrons. 24 plus 12 is equal to 36. Right. This is the 36 inert gas electronic configuration. Okay, that is krypton is the inert gas electronic configuration. Right. Here the every transition element gains electron pair from ligand to got inert gas electronic configuration like this krypton 36. Right. So here metal and here the transition metals is represented by M. Here ligands, electron pair donors are represented by ligand L. Right. Here in metal and ligand, which bond is formed? Coordinate covalent bond. Why? Here ligand can give only electron pairs and metal is empty. So that electron pair shared between these two, that is coordinate covalent bond. Right. In metal and ligand, coordinate covalent bond is formed. So such compounds are said to be complex compounds. So what is the definition? Transition metal atom or ions. Right, transition metal atom or ion. Suppose here Fe2 plus ion is there, Fe2 plus in this compound. Transition metal atom or ions form a large number of compounds in which ions are neutral groups. Okay, here ligand maybe here ligand this is present in Cn minus. It is present in ionic form. Neutral molecule. So here NH3, that is the neutral molecule. NH3 is the neutral molecule that does not having any charge, in which ions or neutral groups are bound to a metal atom. So here ligands can bound to a metal atom. Bound to metal atom or ion through a coordinate covalent bond. Such compounds are called coordination compounds. So here all are transition metals or ions. Okay, if you can take any Fe2 plus, that is ion. Transition metals or ions form a large number of compounds in which the ion are neutral group. So this is the Cn minus, that is the ion, negative ion. Here the neutral molecule NH3 is the neutral molecule. NH3, okay, in this compound NH3 is the neutral molecule. So a large number in which the ions or neutral group are attached to the metal atom. Here NH3 is attached to platinum metal. Here Cn is attached to iron atom. Attached to the metal atom or ion through coordinate covalent bond. So in which bond is formed between metal and ligand? Coordinate covalent bond. So such compounds are called coordination compounds. Right. Coordination compounds can be written in square brackets. So coordination compounds can be written in square brackets. So this is the square bracket. Now right, now we will discuss about ligands. So ligand, we know that ligand is a electron pair donor, already discussed that. So this is the metal is the electron pair acceptor, ligand is the electron pair donor, right. So here the ligand can bound to the metal atom through a coordinate covalent bond. This bond is a coordinate covalent bond. This arrow is represented by coordination covalent bond, right. Coordinate covalent bond is represented by this arrow, right. So that arrow is always present from Lewis base to Lewis acid. That means donor to acceptor. Metals are acceptors, right? Due to available MTDR plus small size high nuclear charge, right? So through coordinate covalent bond, right, and donating electron pair, that is said to be ligand. So it is a ion or neutral molecule. That ligand may be ion or molecule. So these are the ions, positive ions. These are the negative ions. So it is a, these are ligands. So it is a ion or neutral molecule. These are neutral molecule. These are neutral molecule. These are neutral molecule. Right, in this way. Right. So these are the neutral molecules which is bound to the central metal atom, M is the central metal atom or ion, through a coordinate covalent bond by donating electron pair. So that is ligand. Ligand is a ion or neutral molecule, which is bound to the central metal atom or ion through coordinate covalent bond by donating electron pair. Each ligand can donate, say, lone pair, right? One pair, right? So that is ligand. Ligands are classified in nature of ligands, like your classification of ligands based on nature. Here ligands can be classified into three types: anionic ligands, neutral ligands, cationic ligands, based on nature, right? So one is anionic ligands. All these are carrying negative charge. So all these are donates lone pairs, right? Cl minus means chloro, OH minus means hydroxo, right? If the negative ligand, right, negative ligand means that is carrying negative charge. The name of negative ligand ends added O. What is that? The end of the, okay, then the name of the negative ligand ends added O. So all are having O, right? So chloro, hydroxo, bromo, Cn minus cyano, O2 minus oxo, C2O4 2 minus oxalato, SiO minus acetate. SiO minus means CH3 COO minus. This is acetyl group. CH3CO is acetyl, ACO minus, acetate. All these are negative ligands. So the name of negative ligands ends added O. All, right? So this is the negative ligands. All are can donate lone pair, right? Now we can take in neutral ligands. So the name of neutral molecules can be written as it is. So it cannot change as it is. So H2O, that is aqua. Another name is aqua, right? NH3 amine, and CO, that is carbonyl. NO, nitrosyl. En, right, ethylene diamine. So this is ethylene. Here two NH2 groups are there, amines. So that means diamine, ethylene diamine. So it is represented En, ethylene first letter and last letter N, diamine, En. So how to remember? En. E is the first letter of ethylene, N is the last letter of diamine. Okay, ethylene diamine. So these are the neutral ligands. It does not carrying any charge. It is having lone pairs. That lone pair is readily donates to central metal atom. So these are act as a lone pair donors. And this is now goes to cationic detergents, cationic ligands. So in cationic ligands, it is carrying NO2 plus. Its name is nitrosinium. So it is named as hydrogenium, N2H5. N2H5 means NH2, so NH3 plus. It is having lone pair. It does not having lone pair, but this nitrogen having lone pair. That lone pair is readily donated to central metal atom. So that is act as a right ligand. Similarly, NO2 plus. Right. So this is having lone pairs. So these are donates to metal atom. Right. Now, these are the cationic ligands. So nature of ligands can be classified into three types: anionic ligands, neutral ligands, cationic ligands. So these are the examples. Now ligands can be classified based on number of electron pair donor. If one electron pair is donate, that is unidentate. Dent means 2 electrons. So dent means 2 dent means 2. So unidentate means that is that can donate one lone pair. Bidentate or didentate, that can donate two lone pairs. Similarly, polydentate, that can donate more than 2 electron pairs. Now we will discuss that. So this is the ligands, classification of ligands based on number of donating ligand, donating lone pairs, donating electron pairs. If a ligand can donate one electron pair, that is said to be monodentate or unidentate ligand. Unidentate ligand. If a ligand can donate one electron pair, that is said to be unidentate ligand or monodentate ligand. So that is having only one electron pair, one donor site available. Okay, in this only one donor site is available. So all these are having donate one electron pair to the metal atom. Okay, that is one electron pair available, one donor site is available. Okay, the ligand containing one donor site, that is said to be unidentate ligand or monodentate ligand. Similarly, bidentate ligand, the ligand containing two donor sites, that means each ligand can donate 2 electron pairs. That means 2 donor site means 2 to the 4 electron, that means 2 electron pairs. So the ligand can donate 2 lone pairs, the ligand can donate 2 lone pairs, that is said to be bidentate. Here bidentate examples are 4. Ethylene diamine, its symbol is En, ethylene diamine. So it is having 2 lone pairs. Okay, here okay, this is one donor site, this is another donor site, ethylene diamine. Similarly, oxalate, CO minus, it is having one donor site, this is having another donor site. What its symbol? OX. Glycinate, this is the glycinate. Okay, glycine, NH2, CH2, COH said to be, COH is said to be glycine, that is the amino acid. If H plus is removed, that is CO minus. This is the glycinato. It is also having 2 donor sites. One, this is lone pair, another one is negative, 2 donor sites. What its symbol? Glycine. So it is also having 2 electron pair donor sites. And last one, 2 dash dipyridyl. So this is the pyridine ring. So this is the dipyridyl. It is also having 2 lone pairs on that nitrogen atoms. So this is also 2 electron pair donor sites available. Now we can take a tridentate ligand. So diethylene triamine. So it is 2 ethylene groups, CH2, diethylene triamine, 1, 2, 3. It is having 3 electron pair donors. This is one donor site, this is another donor, this is another. So 3 donor sites. So 3 electron pair donating available. What its name? Diethylene triamine. If we can take a tetradentate ligand, so what its name? 1 ethylene, 2 ethylene, 3 ethylene, triethylene. How many amines? 4, tetraamine. Triethylene, 1 ethylene, 2 ethylene, third, triethylene tetraamine. So it is a tetradentate ligand. One lone pairs, this is one lone pair site, this is the another lone pair donor site, this is the third lone pair donor site, this is the 4th donor site, right? So this is the tetradentate ligand. So it can right is 4 electron pair is available, 4 electron pair, right? This is the pentadentate ligand, this is the ethylene, this is the diamine. How many states? Triestates, 1, 2, 3 triestates. So ethylene diamine tetraestate, triestate. So this is also having 3 donor sites, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 donor sites. So that means 5 electron pairs. And hexadentate ligand, ethylene diamine 2 donors, 2, and this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it is 6 electron pair donor. So it is represented by EDTA. Its symbol is EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraestate. So all these ligands are classified into uni, bi, tri, tetra, penta, hexa and polydentate ligands based on number of electron pair donors. So in this negative ligands are there, neutral ligands are there, positive ligands. Suppose if you can take an NH2 NH3 plus, so that is the unidentate ligand, it can donate one lone pair. This is the positive ion, right? So these are the electron pair. Okay, these are the classification of ligands based on donating of electron pairs. And next goes to on types of ligands like ambidentate ligand or chelate ligand. So these two are another type. Okay, here nitro NO2. So both are having same formula, NO2. So here metal is bind with N. Here metal is bind with O. So this is said to be nitro group. This is said to be nitrito group. So that means here this is the monodentate ligand that is containing two donor sites. That is maybe nitrogen, another one is oxygen. So that is known as ambidentate ligand. Such ligands have two or more donor sites. However, that during the complex formation only one donor site is used. So it is having two donor atoms. One is nitrogen, another one is oxygen. But during the complex formation only one donor site is available. One donor site is used. So here metal is okay. Here N is bonded with metal. Here O is bonded with metal. So this is if N is bonded with metal, that is said to be nitro group. If O is bonded to the metal, that is said to be nitrito group. Okay, right. Here O nitrito group. Here N nitrito group. This is also same. Cn is a unidentate ligand. So that is having two donor atoms. Here lone pair is, here the negative charge is present on C. Here the negative charge is present on nitrogen. Here the metal bonded with carbon. Here metal is linked with nitrogen. Here metal is linked with nitrogen. So this is said to be cyano. This is said to be isocyano. When metal is linked with carbon, that is cyano. And when metal is linked with nitrogen, that is said to be isocyano. Okay. Similarly, this also, when metal is linked with nitrogen, that is said to be thiocyano. When metal is linked with sulfur, that is said to be isothiocyano. So these are the ambidentate ligands. So ambidentate ligands are unidentate ligands that are having two donor sites. In the complex formation, only one donor site is used. That is the ambidentate ligand. So chelate ligand. Chelate ligand means cyclic structure or ring formation. So when a polydentate ligand binds to the polydentate means, so that is containing more than two donor sites or two donor sites. So when a polydentate ligand binds to the central metal atom by that more than one donor site, so it is the two donor sites. Okay, here it is containing lone pair, it is containing these two. Okay, here two donor sites. Here also two donor sites. A cyclic ring is formed. Here the cyclic structure. This is the cyclic structure. So this is the cyclic structure. So this cyclic ring structure is formation is said to be chelate ligand. Okay, this is known as chelate ligand. When a polydentate ligand binds to the central metal atom like platinum by more than one donor site, it is having two donor sites. A cyclic ring is formed. This is the cyclic ring is formed, is known as chelate ligand. Which compounds can form a chelate ligand that is more stable? Which complex compounds can form a cyclic structure, cyclic chelate structure that is said to be more stable. And now the coordination compounds can be represented by M, L, X and L, Y, and this is A, this is B, right? So this is this A plus, okay, it is ionized to A plus, this is by B minus. This A plus and B minus are said to be counter ions. So outside of the complex pair. So this is said to be complex pair or coordination entity. This is the complex pair or coordination entity, the square bracket. What is coordination entity or complex pair? The metal and ligands are enclosed with a square bracket, that is said to be complex pair or coordination entity. And this is the central metal atom or ion. Central metal atom or ion. Here Lx and Ly are ligands. Lx and Ly are different ligands. So here x and y, the sum of the x plus y, the sum of the, right, here the sum of x plus y, is equal to coordination number. X plus y is equal to Cn. Cn means coordination number. So what is the coordination number? The number of ligands are surrounded to the central metal atom in a complex pair is known as coordination number, or the number of coordinate covalent bonds formed by the metal atom is also said to be coordination number. So suppose Pt NH3 twice Cl2. Here how many ligands are there? 2 plus 2, 4 ligands. Its coordination number is 4. Similarly 6 also, right? So this x plus y is the sum of x plus y is the coordination number. The number of ligands are surrounded to the central metal atom, no, through a coordinate covalent bond is known as the coordination number, or the number of coordinate covalent bonds with ligands by, alright, the number of coordinate covalent bonds surrounded to the metal atom is also said to be coordination number. I hope to clear this everyone. Please subscribe my channel.